right, we're here at the 90th WBA convention in Donetsk, Ukraine, with WBA President Gilberto Mendoza and Vice President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, who is battling a little bit of a cold, so bear with us in his voice. Gentlemen, first of all, thanks for having Fight News here and taking the time to give us your thoughts on the convention. First of all, are you surprised at the turnout at this year's convention of delegates and officials that have made the trip here to the Ukraine?
The long trip.
Yeah, the long trip to the cold land.
The same, but it's important because I think that's the way to contribute to cooperate with the region for the development of boxing. One of the reasons sometimes we have to make so long trips, but it's important. It's the only way to get a good relation and cooperate with every region in order to work together to improve the boxing in the region. Because the region are the first step to go to the title fight, and you have to have good quality in the region, so you can get also good title fight.
Yeah. Are you surprised that somebody made the trip with considering the snow in the region, or did you expect this many people to come?
I have a good surprise because I thought I don't think many people is attending to a convention because of the distance, because of the weather, because of the data that we select, well, the organizers select, but it's a lot of people working with a lot of enthusiasm, especially the thing that we have in the official list of the judges and referee of the World Boxing Association.
Do you ever recall having a convention where there was snow in the years that you've been involved with the WBA?
I do recall. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Fight News for coming. Secondly, I want to apologize for my voice to the fans if they cannot listen to me very well. And but not a convention as a convention I can recall when I was a little kid. I just recall executive committees where they used to be in the United States. We used to have some kind of snow, and in Germany as well.
But also remember in Philadelphia, our convention in Philadelphia, we have a weather with the snow. I remember
go to Philadelphia. I was not involved yet in boxing.
More snow than here at that time.
There's always a risk, being that the conventions usually fall during what is considered the autumn time in the U.S. and across Europe as well. So I guess there's always a risk, but we've had good luck up until now. But I think everybody's enjoying it so far. Maybe some of the people that are from the warmer climates are suffering a little bit.
Actually, we are from a warmer climate.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an input about it. We're in Ukraine. We're not in the capital. This being in Donetsk, which is completely east of Ukraine, it shows you how worldwide boxing is. It goes farther than America, than Las Vegas. It sends you a little message of how important boxing could be as a social value to many communities. That's one of the most important things. The reason we're here is because the people of Donetsk were really interested in coming here, and as you saw in the opening ceremony, there was a lot of people attending from the government, from like Sergei Bukka, sent some representative from the International Olympic Committee, obviously from Ukraine. We had governor, we had a lot of people coming in, which tells you how important boxing is in some countries.
Exactly. I was going to say that the job that our host union boxing has done has been commented on by so many of the delegates, that what a fantastic reception they've done and a top-notch job in helping organize this convention and welcoming everybody.
Without no doubt, they make big events. They're good promoters. They work very well, well organized. And one of the most things they want to show what a boxing is. They can make union to people. They can union, farther like cultures. There's something very interesting around this convention. On the sides, not only the matters we're taking into the floor, but there are other things that are becoming very interesting for us.
And of course, you mentioned, there's a bigger world in boxing than outside the States in Las Vegas, and being here in an area that is still a relatively new market, but when you look at it from a market aspect and a business aspect, it's growing here, and the crop of fighters, especially with the Klitschko's both being from the Ukraine, is amazing how many fighters are coming out of the former East Bloc region and becoming world champions.
Well, about that, they have this culture in sports, based on the government they had in the past, and it's not only this this is a European country. You know, you got others that can be adding, like Kazakhstan. You know, you have Golovkin, Shumanov, that they come from there. There are other prospects I know they're coming up. You know, I think it's part of a mentality, of a culture they have, the way they value boxing. You know, actually, we just recently had another proposal from Uzbekistan. That's the guy, the commissioner. This came a very good proposal to make in 2013 to make a convention, which show you that there are a lot of boxing around here that hasn't been developed very well.
Good boxers. And they had good talent here.
And a good issue that is basically on the top of the news at this moment is that they come from a very well organized amateur organization where, you know, they're trying somehow to invade the professional market. You know, it's funny because these people that, pretty ironic, you know, that these people that are somehow working to become professional, they respect all these kind of channels and they have this kind of respect, not, you know, like we respect every process. You know, if we make an analogy with baseball, you know, they go AA, AAA, and then you go to major leagues. It's somehow the way they're working it out. And now we're just listening to all this kind of information that the A.avi is trying to go further and make it into a professional. I saw Mr. Sulaiman comments. I think my father also saw Mr. Sulaiman come out, which we of course we support it as a sanctioning body. You know, we support basically 100% what the words that he said. And I know my father will make you more inputs about it, which I led to him regarding this issue.
Following the conversation, I think in this region they have something special. The culture, they look like warriors. They are interested in increase the popularity of the boxing in the region, like the soccer that they have right now. Soccer, they are crazy with the team they have here, and also you see the stadium. That's a extraordinary site for soccer. And now this guy from the Union Boxing Promotion, he got the contract for 3 years to present boxing in the Blue Diamond soccer stadium that is going to be the place for the Euro Cup in 2012.
Yes. And they're planning big events. Actually, they want to put an Ukrainian against an American in a future fight. We don't know exactly how the Solomon situation will work out, you know. But you know, whoever is available next is Poli Malignaggi, and whichever way it goes, you know, an American against an Ukrainian here will be a huge event, you know, even for the guy in America, you know, because you know, it's rarely you have big events like this other than the heavyweights, and it seems to be now that also these guys, if they show up, they can make a convention in this way you were talking. It means they can do a good event, and the good part I see is he's working hard to make it popular, because they still don't have TV, but they're close to getting a deal TV to be broadcasted outside. Well, they have the website and the system, but it's kind of interesting what's going on. Really, you know, I'm really surprised what you know these countries are giving to the sport.
They are working in so many ways to increase the popularity of boxing here. One of them is that they are sending the best boxer here to Los Angeles to train there with good trainers. And I think they have a good strategy. They are learning a lot, and the boxer also. One of the boxers who had been training in the last year in LA, he's different now. Also, they are looking. They know exactly what they want.
I believe they want to make a statement, really, with all this kind of, you know, approach they're making. You know, they respect the American market, but they want to come somehow where they're kind of stronger. I don't know if their plans are going and promoting over there. I don't know exactly, but I know what they're doing. It seems to be an organized, good job, and they're very proud of what they have.
It seems so.